It was good, YouTube. So today, this is how I made $1,375 today trading on ES. We're recording on the phone today because for whatever reason, the software is down for recording on my Mac. So we'll just walk you through using the phone. It's not optimal, but that's what we'll have to do today. All right, so not the most optimal as you can see here, but this is what we'll have to work with. So pretty nice long. We made about 2.7 R on this. We de-risked and we still made almost $1,400. We de-risked just because it was flopping around today on what bias was, so not the best. But basically, going into it, we had market open here. Basically, NASDAQ did about the same things. It was just slightly more bullish because of an SMT. I'll show you that in a sec, but we'll just go over ES. NASDAQ was just slightly more bullish, and I took it on ES even though it was a bullish trade just because there was closer take profits on ES, and the only one on NASDAQ was like super high up there. So this is what we took. Market opens here. No, actually, market opened here. So we instantly sweep highs. But my bias is already bullish from London session. If you didn't see yet, my bias, how I find bias video was uploaded pretty recently, so go check that out. But basically, we got some moves down in London, got some sweeps, and then we started moving up. So that kind of gave me an idea of being bullish. But at the same time, we came up and we swept right away. And then we swept, and then we started, and then we came down, inverse this gap, didn't inverse this, but inverse gap, and then broke structure on the 5-minute and the 15-minute, because this was the 15-minute low. So we got a ton of break of structure after the liquidity sweep, and then this was a more bearish pair because NASDAQ didn't even come down to the 15-minute low. As you can see, this came past the 15-minute low, and then it broke underneath, and then NASDAQ came to somewhere around here, so it was the more bullish pair from that. But then at that point, I'm just looking for a 5-minute retrace, which on NASDAQ, this candle actually came all the way up into equilibrium. This one didn't, but the more bullish pair did, so I would have been fine taking that right away, as long as we get the 1-minute break of structure. So I was ready to short this. I was like completely ready to short this. And at this point, we got the candle closure right here, roughly. So I'm just looking at this point, even though we're technically in 1-minute bearish structure, luckily I didn't take this trade because I did want to see a little bit, because we have all these fair value gaps here. I wanted to see some more displacement here, just because even though we're more bearish, NASDAQ was up a lot higher. So I just wanted to make sure, I wanted to confirm. So I wanted another break of structure basically in this point. Usually I'd be fine with just entering off of this right here because we're already bearish. We didn't come up and sweep anything up here at this point. So I would have been fine just taking this trade like basically instantly. But I just kind of wanted to, the biggest thing is I wanted to see this gap get inverse, because this gap was made. So I was like, okay, I want to make sure on the 1-minute structure, this gap that we're in, that it gets inversed. As you can see, it taps in, and then we get a reaction up. So that already isn't looking good, but I'm like, okay, if we get a break, then I'll be fine with that. Get a huge wick down, and I was super close right on this candle. I was so close to entering somewhere around here because it didn't close all the way yet, but we got such a big move, and I was so close to pressing the sell button, but we waited. I'm very happy with myself because we waited, we stuck to the rules, and once we got to this point here, we did not even close underneath. We didn't even break structure. Luckily, I waited, because if I didn't wait, we would have been stopped out pretty freaking soon. So we did the right thing. We waited, and we avoided that loss. So at that point, now I'm trying to look. I'm like, okay, if it's not showing bearish activity, I want to see some bullish moves. So we inverse this fair value gap right here. So since we got the short setup almost, but we also got this 15-minute sweep. So we got this sweep here. So that's liquidity as well. Basically a liquidity sweep. I don't really go off of 15-minute sweeps all the time. It's only when London session that bias is playing out for the same thing. So if I'm bullish because of London session, a 15-minute sweep is fine with me. So we got the 15-minute sweep. So now we have an opportunity for a long setup. And at this point, we get some moves up and we inverse this gap. So basically break structure. And then at the same time, I was really hoping for this down candle to come into this fair value gap and then move up, but it actually inversed that. But technically it's like an inverse of an inverse, so it's not as important as a regular fair value gap in my opinion. But we did come into equilibrium. So we came into equilibrium, and now we're just waiting for the 1 minute break of structure after we got that tap in. And we did get a break of structure here, as you can see. I think this is, where did I enter? Yeah, so we got a break of structure right here, as you can see. But I did not want to enter here because second 1 minute low would be all the way down here, and I was not trying to put my stop loss all the way here. So I wanted another low to get put in. We had a low, and then we have an up candle. And then I think my entry was right about there. So we're in the 1 minute bullish structure, and then we have two lows. So we can put the stop underneath that low. And then targets. So first target basically was London or New York highs that we were at. London's, wow, my words, crazy. Not London session. ES was obviously never took out this high after we got the sweep. NASDAQ was already somewhere up in this range. So I only took it on this pair because after NASDAQ, after the highs here, there was no take profit until basically all the way up here. So ES had all these in-between ones. So I kind of went with ES for that reason, even though it was a lagging index, and I was going to be fine with a lower risk reward just because I could target something actually that was achievable. So basically, once price came up to here, we're at like a 1.75. I didn't really want to take profit here because I actually deleted it, but there was a take profit here and then here. Actually not there. It was something like this. They're like highs all the way back that way, but that's kind of what the liquidity targets were. So I didn't want to just target this first one. I was really aiming for the last one. And so once it got to this point, we just went to break even. We did get a retrace down, but we did not get stopped out at break even. So we targeted that for take profit 1, and I think I actually got an entry right about here. Yeah, it would have been right here actually. Yeah, so I think I definitely could have done one thing better and entered here, but I think I just wanted the confirmation of the second break of structure basically. Like I was kind of wanting down here, even though we were broke structure, but this other candle, I think that would have made sense. Yeah, that we closed above that low or that original high, and then we also closed above this high. So that was just extra confirmation for me. But we did get a worse risk reward off of this. So for take profit 1, we got about a 2.35 RR. And then this one was obviously a 1, so that's why I went to break even there. And then these ones I just kind of ignored in the middle, and I was mostly targeting this. So that's where we got take profit 1, took out half the position there. And we're still at break even for that. We did get a little bit of a move down, but then we kept chopping around. And basically, I'll show you NASDAQ real quick. So as you can see here with NASDAQ, this is how it's looking. This was the only, like I was saying, this is the only take profit. ES had one here. NASDAQ just had this one. And since this was the more bullish pair, and we're moving pretty aggressively on here, I wanted to see this get hit, even though I didn't want to have one take profit. So that's why I took it on ES. But I wanted to see this get hit. So I was basically willing to stay in the ES trade until this gets hit on NASDAQ, because I know that that's when NASDAQ's probably going to want to move down, and that's exactly what it did. And that's exactly when we started getting chop and moves down. So basically, that one, this line is, I'll get to that, but that's not liquidity. So this was the next draw. So basically, I was ready to go for that for my next take profit. So basically, take profit 1 and take profit 2 is what we're looking at. These we did not even, we just got rid of the indicator. All right. These we did not even worry about, so we don't even need to look at that. All right, and then at this point, we're starting to move up. We're getting pretty close to take profit. And at this point, we're up in this range right here. I'm trying to remember exactly. Trying to remember where Trying to remember where that was. So I think we're up in this range right here at the moment. And I was really, so at this point, right at where this point is right here, this is when NASDAQ took the high. So I was kind of willing to take out right at this point and not hold for this take profit, because I mean, ES is the more bearish pair, so I wasn't expecting the markets to move based off of ES. So I was ready for everything to take everything out basically at this point right here. I could have definitely just taken it out right away, but I set my stop to this line. This is what this line is for. This is what I set my stop loss to. It's a 3R. And as you can see, we're up here, and then we came down and we took that out. If I didn't have it at 3R, I would have definitely had it at the last take profit, which obviously would have gotten swept out either way. And that would have been another 2.35 instead. So I'm totally fine with this. Yes, it did hit in the end, but I mean, I was taking the more bearish pair, so I did not really have the confidence really to hold all the way out for that take profit. If it was NASDAQ, I definitely would have, but ES, I mean, more bearish pair, usually I don't really do that. So I was totally fine with taking out at this range, and then I just set the stop loss to the lower in case it did want to actually go up. So that's basically the trade. Pretty good day. I did de-risk. We're at about half risk here, and that's why we only made the 1,400. Would have been maybe up to $3,000 with full risk. So pretty good day, just de-risked off, obviously, of course. All right, so that was my day for trading. I'm gonna go basically same routine every day. We're gonna go to the gym, we're gonna back test, we're gonna do some mindset stuff and some psychology work. We're gonna get into that right now, basically. So yeah, pretty solid day. I wish I could have had full risk today, but I just was not feeling very confident. My mind, seeing it have a perfect bearish setup and then kind of switch around, and then it didn't tap into the inverse, and it kind of broke through and then got equilibrium. Just wasn't a prime setup for me. So I was fine with, I went with half risk. Not exactly half, because I was going to risk 750 today. We went to the 500, so it was about 2/3 risk. So not too bad, and I guess not as bad as a full half risk, but made pretty solid. We are positive on the month. We are up 1,300 on the month now. After that losing streak, we're now at a 4-win streak. So very, very good. We are, after the whole losing streak, because we're de-risked, we're only up 300 because the losing streak started the end of March. So we're up 300 from that losing streak. We're going to go back to full risk now, going into the next trades. I'm going to adjust my drawdown risk management, basically, because I feel like I went down to less risk a little too soon on this, and I could have been up a lot sooner, because it was literally the last, after the last loss of the losing streak, we had a 4-win streak, and they're all in less risk. But I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, I'm looking ahead. I'm not focused on what happened or what could have been, because that's not what my mind is focused on. We're looking ahead and what the next goal is and the next target, and what the next steps to get better are. So that'll be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed my little recap. Do something better today. Make yourselves better. Do something to improve your craft, improve what you're working on, and make some more money. We'll catch you in the next one. Have a good day. Peace.